Okay, sixth grade, I'm going to show you how to do a histogram. The very first thing you need to do is you need to first look at all your scores and decide what your interval is going to be. Once I have here scores on a math test, it looks like I have about 30 scores. Looking across there, I see my lowest score is 32 and my highest score is 100. So I probably would want to do by tens. And if I start at 30 and do 30 to 39, or 31, I could start at 31 and go 31 to 40, and then 41 to 50, 51 to 60, then I would end up having a break on my x-axis from 0 to 30. I'll show you that in just a second. But now that I've decided that I want to go by tens on my interval, I'm going to now make a frequency table, and I'm going to show that. So I'm going to have 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, and I'm running out of room. Let me do this on the next page. No, I want it on this page. So I'm going to have to move these up a little bit and squish it a little bit better. I will make my pencil thing smaller. There we go. So let's try this again. 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, 71 to 80, 81 to 90, 91 to 100. Okay, so on my table I will have tally here, and then total here. And I'll use that total to make the histogram. So the first thing I need to do now is I'll tally these all up. So if I look up here, I just start with each score, 91, and here I'll go ahead and draw lines this way, that way I can see where they are. So a 91 would go down here, 32 is in the first one, 95 is down here, 99 is down here, 80 is here, 76 here, 60 is here, 73 is here, 87, 84, 83, 85, 72, 100, 54 is there, 67, 72, I'm going to make that a 5, 87, I'll make that one a 5, then 91, make that one, make sure across the wall, 59 goes there, 58 there, 42, have some low scores here, 37, 77 go there, 82 here, 76 here, 73 here, 85, 100, and 93. So now that I've done my tallies, I'm going to do my totals. And this is where it's important to make sure your tallies are easy to read. That way you can tell what your total is. So that's 2, 1, 4, 1, and there's 8 here, that's 7, and that's 7. So that's the information I'm going to use on my histogram. And from that, my total column is what is going to be going up the left side, the number of scores, and I can see my lowest is 1, my highest is 8, so I'm just going to go by 1. So let's look at that on the next page, and I'll show you how to make that. So I'm going to start with my x-axis and my y-axis, but remember we decided to do a break because we weren't going to start at 0 here. We were going to start at, what was my first interval? 31 to 40. So I'm going to start right here, make these kind of small. And you're going to use graph paper, so these will be nice and even. 31 to 40. This is hard to write so small with this thing. Alright, like that. You'll have room to write the whole thing, but mine, it's small on here. So we do that. And you can see that some of my bars wouldn't be totally even, but with graph paper that'll be easy to do. Okay, and so this is the scores. So I'm going to label this time scores, and this is the number of scores. Okay, and then up this side I decided to go by ones. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make that go up a little higher, 8. And then here is, I'm just going to go scores on a math test, because that's all the information I gave you. So it would look like that. Okay, so then I'm just going to make my bars, and remember the bars have to touch. 31 to 40 goes up 2. I'm going to do a different color. So that would be right here. 41 to 50 is just 1. So remember, and your bars are going to touch, and they're going to be the same height. 51 to 60 is 4. So that, I'm just going to start from there and go up to my 4. Looks like that. 61 to 70 is a 1. So that's right there. 71 to 80 goes up to 8. That's where most of my scores were. And normally your bars shouldn't go into your title like that. So make sure you write your title higher than that. 81 to 90 has 7, which is right there. And you can see that that bar is skinnier, and it shouldn't be. And then 91 to 100 is also 7, so that bar will be right there as well. So I'm going to fix this, move that, make those the same height. So that's what your histogram is going to look like. Remember, bars are touching. Do a break if your first interval does not start at 0. And make sure you have a label on the bottom and on the side right here. And title at the top. Bars are even. You can color them in or not. So I could go through and do that. I think it looks better when they're colored in. So, and that is how you do it. So the trickiest part is deciding on an interval. You need to first look at your lowest score and your highest score, and then just think about, if I go by 5s, is that going to give me 20 intervals? You don't want to do that. If I go by 10s, will I have 7 or 8? That's not bad. This is not bad right here. If I go by 5s, would I have 3 intervals? That's not very many, so maybe there you would need to go by 2s. And that's what I'm talking about on the bottom axis, the ones that go down here. Going up the left side, that's going to depend, when you decide on the interval on the left side, that's going to depend on your total column. Your lowest was 1, my highest was 8, so I decided to go by 1s. If my lowest was 3 and my highest was 20, I'd probably want to go by 2s. So I hope that makes some sense, and that's it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Just let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help.